all, welcome to Homeschool and welcome back to class 9 chapter motion. And this was the most requested chapter, so I started with motion. One video is already completed where I covered everything about distance and displacement, and also I gave an introduction about motion, isn't it? Video link is provided in the description. Don't forget to watch if you have not yet watched. And do subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in the easiest way and in a detailed way. Okay, so coming back to today's concept, I am planning to complete average speed, average velocity and acceleration. And I'll also be dealing some questions relating to these topics and the problems, especially the problems relating to these concepts are very important for both exam point of view, for the final exam point of view. And also these numericals are very basic numericals that one must understand to learn many aspects of physics in future. Okay, so before we go for speed and velocity, let me give a clarification about two types of motion. One is uniform motion and the other one is non-uniform motion. You must know what is the difference between uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So uniform, the word uniform means constant, something that is constant. Okay, say for example, if a car is moving in an equal distance in equal time, okay, say for example in 1 second car has moved for about 5 meters. In the second car has also moved about 5 meters. In the second also car is moving for about 5 meters. In the third second car is moving again for about 5 meters, right? You see, in every second, in every time interval, this time gap from this point to this point. Say car was initially at this point, now it is moving to this point. So time taken for change in position of a car from this point to this point is called as time interval. We call it as time interval. Okay, so interval in the sense what? Gap. Say even at your school, you will have intervals, right? So there are certain time gaps where you can take rest. So interval means what? Time gap. Okay, so the time gap for an object from one point to another point. So that is time interval. See, in equal time interval, object has moved equal distances. Right? So such a motion is called as uniform motion. Right? So if I have to write its definition, if object moves equal distances in equal time interval, then such a motion is called as uniform motion, right? So hope you got an idea about uniform motion. And now let us go to non-uniform motion, right? Say the same car, say in 1 second, say for example, it has moved for about this much distance, 5 meters. And in the next second, and in the second, okay, if the car has moved about 10 meters, and in the third second, the same car has moved for about 15 meters. You see, does the car moved equal distances in equal interval of time? Time is equal, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, same gap of time. But the distance that a car moved in that time interval is very much different, right? Say in 1 second here the car has moved for about 5 meters, and in the next second car moved for about more distance, that is 10 meters, and in the third second it has moved 15 meters, right? So no equal distances, no equal distances, okay, in equal amount of time. So such a motion is called as non-uniform motion. Can you all think of which motion is very much common? Is uniform motion common or non-uniform motion common? Definitely non-uniform motion. Okay, say maintaining same speed all the time is not possible, right? Say such a uniform motion is practically you don't find it in many situations. Say for example, say you want to move by a car from your house to school, okay, say from your house to school, right? So you are moving in a car, right? And you know what, can you move with a same speed? No, right? Your speed may vary. Sometimes if there is no traffic, you move very fast, you will cover more distance. When there is too much of traffic, you can't cover more distance in a particular span of time, right? Say non-uniform motion is very common type of motion, okay, compared to uniform motion. So now that you understood the difference between uniform motion and non-uniform motion, and now let us talk about the speed and velocity. You must have heard about the word speed. Even now many times I use the word speed, right? And you would observe this speed plates on a road, right? Say whenever you have a highway or something and there is a board indicating speed limit, say where they will mention you have to travel only 50 kilometers per hour, or if you have schools or hospitals, you know, they'll tell you to travel only 30 or 20 kilometers per hour, right? So speed limit, these particular figures you must have observed, right, everywhere onto a roadside. What does this mean? This means that you have to maintain traveling 50 kilometers in 1 hour. That means the speed is 50 kilometers per hour, 30 kilometers per hour is a speed very less, right? Say if I say around 200 kilometer per hour, 150 kilometer per hour, you know, the speed is very high, we say, right? So speed is a very common word. So what exactly this speed means? Speed, you see 50 kilometers, what is this? Distance. Hour is what? Time. So what do you mean by speed, guys? Speed is nothing but distance traveled by an object in a particular amount of time. So distance by time is called as speed. Okay. So distance traveled by whom? By an object within a span of time. So distance by time is called as speed. Say when we talk about the speed, there are two types of speeds, guys. One is uniform speed. Uniform speed. The other one is average speed. Average speed. Okay. So uniform speed we talk when an object has uniform motion. So uniform speed is for uniform motion. So I just now discussed what do you mean by uniform motion, right? Constant motion. So uniform speed in the sense constant speed. Okay, but this is very rare practically speaking. So practically an object cannot move with same speed all the time for a long time, right? Say the speed varies. As I told you, when you have a more traffic, you have to make the speed less. When there is no traffic, you know, if it is a highway or something, you go with high speed, right? So the speed always varies. It is not constant. It will not remain same all the time. It varies. Okay. Then such a speed we will call it as average speed. So average speed we will talk for non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion. Okay. So this is really very important. So what majorly we concentrate is average speed. Okay. So we always calculate average speed because most of the motion that we deal is non-uniform motion where the speed is not constant. Speed do not remain constant. Okay. So you must know how to calculate average speed. So what is the formula for average speed? So average speed is equal to total distance traveled by an object divided by total time. So this formula is really very important. Okay, and few more points that you have to remember about speed, guys. So here, the moment I say speed, it means average speed only. So whatever the calculations we have in our book, we always calculate average speed. Okay, because uniform motion is practically not very much possible. So whatever the straight line motions we have, most of the times it remains as non-uniform motion. Okay, so we mainly talk about average speed only. So remember the formula, average speed is equal to distance by time. Okay, so what is the unit for average speed? Distance is meter. Distance is nothing but length, right? For length, meter is the unit. So meter divided by time. So meter per second. Okay, for time, what is the standard unit? Second. So this is the unit of speed. Remember, meter per second is the unit of speed, that is average speed, right? And one more important point is speed is scalar quantity. It is scalar quantity. Okay, so what do you mean by scalar quantity? We only concentrate about magnitude. We don't care about the direction. Okay, so we don't care about the direction, we only concentrate about the magnitude. So about scalar quantity, vector quantity, we have discussed in the last video, right? Since distance is scalar, our speed includes distance only, right? It is the total distance covered by an object in a particular amount of time. So since distance is scalar, our speed is also scalar quantity. Remember this point. Okay, and now coming to velocity. Okay, so velocity is what? Velocity, normally speaking, it is nothing but speed only, but when you consider a direction, okay, speed with direction. Say in your books, you will find velocity as speed with direction, right? But practically speaking, velocity is nothing but displacement. It is displacement divided by time. We all very well know what is the difference between distance and displacement, right? So in my previous video, I explained this only. So velocity is nothing but displacement by time. Like you have two types of speed. One is uniform speed, the other one is average speed. Here also you have two types of velocity. One is uniform velocity. The other one is average velocity. Average velocity is for non-uniform motion, because most of the motions are non-uniform, right? Say they move differently with different speed in different time. So for non-uniform motion, we can able to calculate average velocity. So how do you calculate average velocity? And there is a symbol for average velocity, guys. Usually average velocity is represented as V bar. Okay, so this is the symbol for average velocity. So average velocity is equal to total displacement divided by total time. Right? So what is displacement? It is the shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, if that shortest distance is in a straight line, displacement always have a direction. Okay, so we say, velocity is vector quantity. Okay, since velocity is nothing but displacement by time, no, displacement is a vector quantity. Do you remember? Yesterday we studied. So here what I can say, velocity is vector quantity. vector quantity, whereas speed was scalar quantity, right? But here, since displacement has direction, right, velocity has direction as well as magnitude, so we say velocity as vector quantity. Okay, so this is really very important. And coming to the unit of velocity, what is the unit of average velocity? Displacement. It's again about the length only we talk about. So what is the unit of length? Meter. Time is second, so meter per second. The unit remains same for speed and velocity. Okay, it is meter per second is the unit for both speed and velocity. Remember, both have same units, right? But they are entirely different. Speed, average speed is what? Distance by time, total distance by total time. Whereas average velocity is what? Total displacement by total time. Okay, so always remember average speed. This point is like quite important for competitive exams, in case if you are writing national level competitive exams, olympiads, etc. Okay, and you will study about this in higher classes also, but try to remember average speed is, okay, it can be equal to or it can be always greater than average velocity. Average velocity. You remember yesterday we discussed distance is equal or greater than displacement. Since speed involves distance, velocity involves displacement, so average speed is always greater than or equal to average velocity. Okay. So that's all about the difference between average speed and average velocity. Now we will see few problems. Let us calculate few problems on average speed and average velocity. Then we will discuss acceleration. See guys, you can observe this question. Actually, they are from your NCERT textbooks itself. If you can read the question carefully, it says the odometer of a car reads 2000 kilometer at the start of a trip. So what do you mean by odometer? Inside a car, the speedometer, the thing that tells you the speed, where you can look at the speed, that is called as odometer. Okay, so you you have a car where you started your journey. This is the starting point, and your odometer, which is there inside a car, says that you have already covered, you have traveled around 2000 kilometer. Okay. Starting of the trip, your odometer says these many kilometers. And 2400 kilometers at the end. So you have done a long journey where at the end you reached your target. Okay, so you reached your place, and here when you see your odometer, it has shown how many kilometers? 2400 kilometers. Okay. If the trip took 8 hours, so this long journey took around 8 hours, quite a long journey. So you traveled for about 8 hours, right? And they are asking you to calculate average speed in 2 units. One is in kilometer per hour, the other unit is in meter per second. Okay. First, let us calculate in kilometer per hour unit. Okay. See, what is average speed? Average speed formula we have studied, right? What is our average speed? It is nothing but distance, total distance traveled divided by total time, right? And can you tell me what is the distance here? This is the formula you have to use. So what is the distance covered here? Distance, how do you say? It was 2000 kilometers at the starting. Ending, the odometer is saying 2400 kilometers. So how much is the distance that you have traveled? It is 2400 minus 2000, right? So you will get around 400 kilometers. So this is your distance. So how much is the time? So how much is the time that you took to travel from starting point to ending point? It is 8 hours. Right? So substitute in this formula. So on substituting in this formula, distance is 400 kilometers, right? And time is 8 hours, right? This is kilometers, this is 8 hours. So 8 ones are 8 fives are 40, so 50. So what is your answer? 50 kilometer per hour is your answer. In case of kilometer per hour unit, what's your answer? 50 kilometers per hour. And you should convert this answer in meter per second. Okay. So we all know 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, right? And 1 hour has how many seconds? 3600 seconds. That is 3600 seconds. So this is what you must know, right? So 50 kilometers, kilometers convert it into hour. So 50 into kilometers, if I have to convert it in meters, 1 kilometer is this many. So 50 kilometers is 50 into 1000. Okay, so actually this K means 1000. Okay, so this K means 1000. So 50 into 1000 meters divided by hour, right? Hour, 1 hour is equal to how many seconds? That is 3600 seconds, right? So this 0, this get cancelled, and so 550 into 10, that is 500 divided by 36. If you do, you will get around 13.9 meter per second, right? So in kilometer per hour, your answer is 50. In meter per second, your answer is 13.9. Right? So this is how you have to do a problem. And coming to the next problem, it's really very interesting. Okay, so just try to analyze here. See here, first you try to draw a diagram for a question. Once you draw a diagram, you will understand what actually happened, so that you can apply the formula and calculate. Okay, say Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool. So there is a long swimming pool. It's a long swimming pool. Okay, so Usha is here. Usha is here. And what is the length of this swimming pool? It is 90 meters is the length. Okay, so this is your Usha. Yes, okay. She covers 180 meters in 1 minute. How did she cover? By swimming from one end to the other and back along the straight path. Okay, say she covered, say, let me write here, total distance covered is equal to 180 meters. In how much time? In how much time she has covered? 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute is nothing but 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Okay, fine. How did she cover is, first she went like this. So this is around 90 meters, went in a straight line. Again, this is one end, from this end she started. She went to this end, and from there she took a U-turn and came back to the same point. So this is 90 meter and this is again a 90 meter. Okay, so this is our total distance. Total distance is 90 meter. So she traveled from this end to this end, that was 90 meter, and again from there she came back in a straight line path. Okay, so 90. So 90 plus 90 altogether 180 meters. So what they asked you to calculate? They asked you to calculate average speed and average velocity. So how do you calculate average speed, guys? Average speed formula is what? Distance by time. Total distance traveled by total time. So what is the distance? She covered 180 meters. So in how much time? Minute was there, convert it into seconds, that is 60, right? So 180 divided by 60. So how much do you get? This is 1 3, right? So it is 3 meter per second is your answer. So what is your average speed? Average speed is 3 meter per second. And what about average velocity? They have also asked you to calculate average velocity, isn't it? So what is average velocity? Displacement by time. Total displacement divided by time. Right? So how much is the displacement? You see here, the displacement is what? The distance between the starting point and ending point. She started at this point, she moved, she took a U-turn and came back at the same point. This is only starting point and this is only ending point. So what's the difference between starting and ending point? What is the distance between starting and ending? It is 0, right? So displacement here is 0. So 0 divided by 60, that is 0 meter per second is your average velocity. Okay, so how much is average velocity? Average velocity is 0 meter per second because displacement is 0. Right, very, very important. Remember, average velocity can be 0 in case if displacement is 0, but average speed will never be a 0 because speed means what? Distance. So object definitely will travel some distance. Distance cannot be 0, but displacement can be 0. Displacement is what? It is the distance between initial point and final point. Okay, we don't care about how much distance it has traveled. Just the difference between initial and final point. Initially she was here and after she has swim, she has come to a same point, right? So what is the difference in the position of Usha? Nothing. She was here and now also after swimming, she is here, right? So displacement is 0 in this case. So average velocity we got 0. This is really very nice example to tell that average velocity can be 0 but not the average speed. This is really a very important point. Okay, so that's all about average speed and average velocity. Now we will move on to acceleration and let's solve few numericals on acceleration. See guys, acceleration is one of the very, very important concept that you have to really concentrate. Okay, say accelerating a car, this is not a new word for us. The more you accelerate the car, the more speed it goes, isn't it? So give more acceleration, we say. Give more acceleration in the sense what? Go with more speed. Right? So accelerator, when you press more, it goes with more speed. So what actually we mean by this acceleration? Okay. Say for example, I'll give you a practical meaning on acceleration instead of going for its definition. Let's understand the real meaning of acceleration. See, you have a car, right? Imagine if it is moving with 2 meter per second. This is the speed of a car. Initially it's moving, right? And say it started its journey, it's moving, and the moment I say the acceleration of a car is 2 meter per second square, don't worry about the unit, just there is some acceleration for this car, that is 2 meter per second square. So with what speed the car is moving? 2 meter per second, right? So then when a car has come here, right? So when a car has come here, what may be its speed? What may be its speed? Initially it has 2 meters. 2 meter per second is the speed. It will have this much speed, not less than this. Along with this, 2 more meters per second, right? 2 more meters it can travel in that 1 second. Okay, say if it maintains this speed in 1 second, it would have traveled 2 meters. Right? So when I say acceleration, when I give acceleration of 2 meter per second, what does this mean? In 1 second, along with 2 meters, 2 more meters extra it must have traveled, right? So that's how the speed has increased. Okay, if I was not given this much acceleration, after 1 second, the car's speed is just 2 meter per second only. Since extra speed I have given for this car, so it is covering more distance, it is moving more distance, right? Say again after the second, okay, so after the second, the car will come here. Can you tell me what is the speed of this car now? 2 meters per second. This speed 2 meters per second, right? Plus acceleration, you are giving extra velocity, you are giving extra speed, that is 2 meters. Okay, so here the car can cover 6 meters per 1 second. So here car is covering 2 meters only, but the moment I gave you extra 2 meters per second of speed, car is covering 4 meters. But from this point, the car will cover in 1 second, how much distance the car will cover? 6 meters, right? So what's happening here? The speed is increasing, the velocity is getting added, the speed is getting added, isn't it? So that is what we mean by acceleration. Acceleration means extra push you are giving. You are telling the car to move and to cover more distance. In small time, you are telling a car to cover more and more distance. Okay, so to cover more distance, you are giving a push. So that push, that extra distance you are telling to a car to move is what we mean by acceleration. Okay, so theoretically, acceleration can be defined as rate of change of velocity. Okay, so mathematically it can be calculated with the help of this difference, rate of change of velocity. Okay, so imagine you have an object or a car which is moving with initial velocity u meter per second. Okay, so what is u here? U is initial velocity. Initial velocity. Okay, so it started its journey with initial velocity with some speed, that is u meter per second. Okay, and the car has stopped somewhere here, and or it may be it is still moving, whatever. At this point the velocity is v. Okay, so v meter per second. So what is v here? V is final velocity. Final velocity. Okay, here the acceleration, the symbol for acceleration is a. You can also write it as a. Okay, so a is nothing but change in velocity. Change in velocity by time. Okay, so what is change in velocity? What is change in velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity, that is v minus u divided by t. This is what we mean by acceleration. What is v? Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time is called as acceleration. Okay, so mathematically if you want to calculate acceleration, this is what the formula we will use. Right? And now let's try to discuss what may be the unit of acceleration. What is the unit of velocity? Meter per second. Right? Meter per second. And what is the unit of time? Second. So what may be the units of acceleration? Meter per second into second. This second is like it's here. Second into second. Second square. So this is the unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Okay, so that is about acceleration. Now let us see few questions relating to acceleration. So when you solve the questions, you will understand actually, right? Coming to the first question on acceleration, guys. A bus decreases its speed from 80 km per hour to 60 km per hour. Okay, in 5 seconds. Find A in the sense acceleration. Okay, see here time is given in seconds, you know, the speed is given in kilometer per hour. So change these things to meter per second. Change this also into meter per second first. First let us try to analyze. There is a bus and it is moving initially with the speed 8 km per hour. Right? And it reached some point where at this point the speed is 60 km per hour. You see, what is this? This is the starting point of a bus. It started its journey with this speed. So this is u and it has moved somewhere. This is the end point of a bus where its speed is 60. You see, this is v. This is final velocity. This is initial velocity. You see, final velocity is lesser than the initial velocity. Previously speed was 80, but now it is 60. Speed is decreasing. What you have observed here? Velocity decreasing. Observe this. This is very, very important. Right? Velocity, speed is decreasing. Say you this journey happened, in 5 seconds. So what is A they are asking? So what is A? A is equal to V minus U by T. What is V? 60 kilometer per second. So V is 60 kilometer per hour. Sorry, not second. Convert this into meter per second. How do you convert this? 60 into kilometers. 1 kilometer is 1000 meter, right? So 1000 meter divided by 1 hour is 36 seconds. 3600 seconds. Okay, so how much do you get? This gets cancelled. So 600 by 36, almost you will get around 16.6 meter per second. Okay, so this is your V. Okay, and now what is U? U is 80 kilometer per hour. So change into meter per second. So 80 into 1000, right, divided by 3600. So almost you will get around 22.2 meter per second. That is your U. So your A is V minus U by T. So what is V? V is 16.6, okay, minus 22.2 divided by time in seconds, that is 5. You will get the answer around minus 1.1 meter per second square. So this is your A value. You see the answer has a negative sign. 16.6 minus 22.2. Some negative value only you will get, right? So this negative sign indicates that the object is slowing down. Object is moving slow. Right? So whenever final velocity is greater than initial velocity, what does that mean? Velocity is decreasing. Acceleration is decreasing. Okay? Velocity decreasing means what? Acceleration decreasing. That decreasing acceleration is indicated with negative sign. So here acceleration has a sign. Velocity also has a sign. Okay? So this is really very important to understand. So whenever you have minus sign for acceleration number, it means that object is moving slow. So the final velocity is very, very less than initial velocity. This is what the meaning. Okay. So one of the very, very important concept. Okay. And coming to the second question. So even here you need to remember one important concept, guys. Read the question. A train starting from a railway station moving with uniform acceleration attains a speed of 40 km per hour in 10 minutes. What do you understand by this? There is a train which is still there on a railway platform. Okay, it is at rest. It means that this train is at rest. Okay, so initially it do not have any velocity. So here U value is 0 meter per second. Okay, this is very important. So this U value has never mentioned in a question, but there is a sentence. A train starting from railway station, it is still starting. So there is no speed when it is starting, right? So initial velocity is 0. So it moved certain distance in 10 minutes. So somewhere here, somewhere at this position, the train's speed was 40 km per hour. So this is your final velocity. Okay, so convert this 40 km per hour in meter per second. So how do you convert? V is equal to 40 into 1000 divided by 3600, right? So this gets cancelled and 400 by 36 is almost around 11.1 meter per second. So this is your V value. What is U value? 0 meter per second. How did you know that? They said that train is at rest. That means it is just starting in the railway station. That means it is at rest. When something is at rest, its velocity is 0 meter per second. Okay, fine. So what you have to calculate? Acceleration. So what is the formula? V minus u by t. So what is V? It is 11.1. Okay, minus u is 0 divided by time is 10 minutes, but convert it in seconds because this is in second, this is in second, time also must be in second. So 10 minutes, if you convert it in seconds, 10 into 60 you have to do. So let me know what is the answer for this question and mention the answer in the comment box. Okay, so that's all about the numericals of acceleration. Okay, so we have covered average speed, average velocity and acceleration, the most important concept. And in my next video, I will come up with one more important topic, that is about the graphs. Let us understand motion from various types of graphs, and also let us understand the equations of motion. Okay, so that's all about today's video, guys. Do subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in a easiest way and in a detailed way. Thank you so much.